Hey guys, my name is Logan from Hold'em Fencing.
And I'm Jacob, I'm the lead installer with Hold'em. We're here today to show you about a mile of Noble Contour rail fence. Let's go take a look. Noble Contour gives you the option of having a rail fence that is durable, long-lasting, tough, but it's also inexpensive.
One of the things that's really important with the installation is to make sure you get a smooth top line flow. Right up along here, you can see it. Even if the ground looks flat, more than likely it's not flat.
That's something we run into on projects. People think their ground is flat. We put the fence in, and then they see how flat it is not.
And that's one of the things that we bring to the table. We've installed more than 36,000 feet of high-end ranch rail fence at this point in time. We're able to offer a higher level of precision with those nuances. So one of the awesome things about rail fences is the ability to go around curves smoothly. Wire fences, you can't do that so well. Rail fences work really well. And that is something that looks amazing. And so right here, this is actually basically a full half circle here, something like a 55, 60 foot radius. That's about as tight as you can go. You can just see how smooth it goes around the corner. And you just want to make sure that if you have a radius to do like this, that the installer knows what they're doing, so they do it right and you don't end up with it looking bad. So this property here has about a mile of fence on it now, actually probably a little more than a mile. It's got an arena, it's got several pastures. We'll kind of show you the layout. Let's go inside this little shed and take a look at some options. All right, so from this supplier here, Noble Panels and Gates out of Oregon, we can get custom length panels and gates that match the fence. So right here, you can get these wall latches, makes it pretty handy. So big old beefy post here. You remember how deep that post was, Jacob?
3 feet in the ground.
Awesome, lots of concrete.
Lots of concrete.
And then right here, you can actually get these clamp-on latch catches. And so that gate is able to latch to the panel, which is kind of a neat deal. These panels, you can get custom lengths, so they just fit exactly in between the wood posts as well.
One thing about the durability of this fence is unique. With the way the rails are swedged together, it turns the entire fence into a gigantic shear panel. When we installed this perimeter fence, we had a kid screwing in these rails here, right over here at this gate. I was down at this far end down here. There's about 2,000 feet of fence between me and him, 1,800 I think it is. I could feel the vibrations in the rail at that end before I could hear the sound of him screwing things in. It's that solid.
So every ranch is unique and requires different things to fit the situation. So right here, customer did some of this, but we worked with him on it. And so as you can see, he put in this waterer right here. But what we did was we just put a little stub post here, welded our tabs on there, made that all fit, and it just really turned out nicely. While we're here, check out that hinge post, 4-inch diameter. It's 11 gauge, very durable, very sturdy. Very nice horseshoe latches. Work like that. And you can even drill a hole there and put a clip or a padlock or something if you want to secure it even more.
One of the challenges we faced on this job was the rocky soil conditions. We have the right equipment to deal with it, but even at that, it still takes a lot to get all your posts in the right spot at the right depth. And that's something that we as professional fence installers can offer to the customer, is having the right equipment for the job.
This fence comes in 3, 4, 5, or 6 rail. You can do it up to 6 foot tall if needed.
One thing you can do on these is you can add wire after the fact if you decide to get some small animals as well. You can put some nice galvanized no-climb fence wire on this, and it looks really sharp.
So when we started on this project about
3 years ago.
3 years ago, thank you, what was here were these paddocks. And basically none of the rest of this fence was here. If you've got a big ranch to develop, you can split it into multiple phases. The benefit of that is it splits out the cost, and it gives you more time to think through things and figure out, okay, I know I want a perimeter fence. I don't know what I want yet for cross fencing. That's fine. That's great. That being said, it's more efficient to do it all at once. So we do offer quantity discounts. So you'll just have to weigh the pros and cons. You can talk to your sales rep and decide what's best for you at the time.
We've done 5 phases across this property here, 2 different perimeter fences and an arena. We did those 3 all at the same time. And then we've done 2 different cross fences 2 years ago. And then we just did this cross fence and that far fence back there.
Gates need to be level. The ground comes up here, and then this post had to be very high. As you can see, the bottom rail was here. Well, that's fine in some situations, and in some situations it's not. And so our customer had Jacob come out, and he did a very nice job with adding a 6th rail at the bottom. Had to do some custom welding and everything, but that way it filled in that gap. So this fence back here, this 4 rail, was kind of a unique situation. Somebody found on Craigslist, I guess, some used Noble contour fence that somebody was selling. And so our customer here was like, hey, let's put that out here in the back where it's mostly just for looks. Not really going to have much for animals in here necessarily, but that made it so we could keep the cost down for him. Still matches in general. It's a 4 rail instead of a 5 rail. Material was a little older, but it's good, solid, durable material. This material lasts for years. It's Gatorshield galvanizing, and I was looking at a panel the other day that was 40, 45 years old, and I mean, you could see it, but it's pretty impressive how long this material lasts. You can always look for those custom nuances to make things work just right for your situation. This here is an awesome hitching post.
We set this thing 3 feet in the ground, then they poured the slab on top of all that. We put probably 720 pounds of concrete holding this in the ground, and then this 4-inch slab on top of that. This thing is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is what they wanted, because they had a horse that has a tendency to pull back. We were able to get them a very high quality hitching post to work with their needs.
Let's take a look at this amazing arena. Another horseshoe latch there. So let's show you how far these gates come around. About that far. Take a look at these hinges. So they've got this extra prong down here, and that keeps them from rolling. So it's not going to be trying to roll those hinges or anything. If it's just a single bolt, then it can roll. These are also welded on there.
One of the things we learned on this was that flat isn't always flat. This arena is not flat, but we worked with that. What we did was we had to step the panels, and you can see looking down this front, you can see there's about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch step between each panel to accommodate for the slope in the ground. Ideally, this would all be laser leveled, then we'd put our fence in, and then the fill would be brought in. But this arena was already in place here, and we were replacing the fence around it. And so after we pulled out the old stuff, this was what we had to work with. So we worked with it, and we learned some things, and it turned out really well. They draw these arenas up to fit your dimensions. So they will make custom panels to make the corners a perfect 45 on all 4 corners. This one in this far corner actually has a double drive gate that is built to fit the dimensions of this already existing arena.
No extra cost for the custom lengths either. One of the things about this particular arena design is that you can go 20 feet in between the posts, and that helps keep the cost down, because a lot of rail fences are 8 or 10 foot spacing between posts, and a lot of the cost is in the posts. So where you've got these welded panels that you can go 20 feet in between the posts, that means you have about half as many posts, and it helps keep the cost down. Again, you can get them in 3 rail, 4, 5, or 6. You can also do cow cutter if you're into cow cutting. You can get solid ones. You can get mesh. You can even get 6-foot tall mesh. Those are used for paddocks a lot of times, but I mean, you can use them for arenas too. The contour fence, you do not want to use that for an arena because of the post design with the rail in the middle and the 2 posts on either side. It makes an extremely bad safety hazard to hit your knee on. You want to use something with a smooth interior finish like these arena panels. Made out of the same great steel though. Gatorshield galvanized, 15 gauge, high tensile, high carbon steel. It's good stuff.
These are a great option if you've got like a fairgrounds or an arena, like a rodeo arena. All your pens for all your stock, everything can be done with panels. It gives you a lot of flexibility. If you've got to move stuff around, you can do panels that just clamp together. These clamps are amazing. It's a very simple clamp setup, very easy to do. If you've got to do something temporary, you can just clamp the panels together and you have a very solid, easy to disassemble and store or move around as necessary option for all your fairground and arena needs. They have a unique post here on these corners that they build specifically for these panels. They have this little offset here that the panels are able to clamp to, so you don't have to try to clamp around this giant post here. But you get the advantage of the large diameter gate post and the ease of clamping here. These are very unique and I really like them. They're a really cool tool in the toolbox, if you will, for panels and arena needs. I always like the horseshoe latch and the drop rod here. It gives you a really cool possibility here in the corner of this arena. You've still got the 45 for your corner, which rounds things off nicely, but it lets you have a gate here. You have the horseshoe latch here and the drop rod. That lets you go in and out with your horse. You can also open up both gates. You can get in here with your equipment. You can drive your tractor in here and level your arenas, your sand. You can get in here and do whatever. You can back your horse trailer in here. You've got all kinds of options that this lets you do. You can just drop these in the sand. They stay pretty well. They won't blow open or blow closed on you. They open up out quite a bit like that. Bring them back in. And you're secure.
Awesome. The gate placement is going to be up to you. You might need a gate in the corner. You might need a gate in the middle of the end where you can come down the center. So here's something really awesome that our customer did. This whole landscaping deal, the berm, the trees, the rocks was not there. And it really just dresses this place up and looks sharp from a property value standpoint. It's awesome. So depending on your purposes, you might be able to do some creative things like that to go along with the fence to just dress everything up, make it look really sharp. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed our Noble Steel Contour Ranch Showcase video, and stay tuned for next time.